Okay, good. I don't know what happened. I literally just turned it off and turned it back on. But at least it's working now. So, as I was saying, how is everybody today? You can hear mouse clicks. Thanks, sweets. I was saying to PT3D, who said that it went from 88 to 66, it was only around 55 today and pouring rain when I left work. So hi everybody, how is everybody today? I hope everybody is having a fabulous Monday. There's not a whole lot of exciting mailboxy stuff that's happening today, a couple things. But I did just kind of want to do a little bit of a channel update and just kind of go over what I've got cooking for you guys. I did take last week off, not intending to, but my work week was crazy and I just ran out of energy by the time I needed to come home and film. So we're back at it this week though. And I think we are going to start off by talking about the charity that I had mentioned. I think it was a couple weeks ago we talked about doing, for those of you who guys wanted stickers, which I have one. For anybody who wanted a sticker, I had put on Patreon and asked who wanted them and whether or not they wanted to do like a 50-50 raffle where 50% of it would go to charity, the other 50% would be raffled off to all the people who had donated, or if people wanted to do a all to charity, or if anybody else had any other ideas. And everybody said that they wanted it to go to charity. So that's what we are going to do. However, last time I talked with you guys, I wasn't sure what charity I was going to select. I was kind of torn between a couple of them, but in the end, I thought about putting a poll up, but really I wanted to just go with my gut, which was Be the Match. And I will put a link in the chat. Be the Match is an organization that helps people who need bone marrow transplants or stem cell transplants. It helps them find a donor. It's a donor registry, as well as helps people figure out the financial windfall that will happen after having a transplant, because they are astronomically expensive. And I can say that this charity, if it wasn't for Be the Match, my dad very well may not be here. He did have a bone marrow transplant when I was 17, and Be the Match is where we found his donor. So I will forever be grateful to Be the Match for everything that they did for our family back when I was in high school. And so I thought this would be a great opportunity to give back to such an amazing cause. So that is where the any donations for stickers will go to. So very similar to the 3D printing nerd, you are going to send a self-addressed stamped envelope with $1 in it. That dollar will go to charity. And in that self-addressed stamped envelope, I will include one of these for you. So that covers that. I'm knocking stuff over. My desk is such a mess right now, you guys. I can't even handle it. And I don't even know what to do with myself. So yeah, so that is where that is going. So moving on from that, let's chat about what I've gotten in the mail recently. And first and foremost is a order from the wonderful people over at Proto Pasta. And we ordered a couple spools of filament. First and foremost was this carbon fiber filament. Now this carbon fiber filament Nick has used previously. He used up an entire spool. Here's one of the prints from it. This stuff prints like a freaking dream. It's amazing. You can barely see layer lines. it's really, really nice. So he needed another spool of that. And it was good timing because Joel Telling, the 3D printing nerd, had just worked with Protopasta on a wild card filament. And although they did send me a sneak peek of it, a little tiny sample of it, which I posted because I was super excited about, and I printed this guy with it. I do still have some. But I, of course, had to order a full spool. I'm actually kind of disappointed that I didn't order more. Not that I need more, but I need more. Come on, right? So we ordered both of those, and the great thing with Protopasta is basically if you order 2 spools, you get free shipping, so that's always a bonus. Yeah, the texture of the carbon fiber filament is freaking amazing. And yes, it does totally help hide layer lines. I like the texture of it better than their matte filament. Not that there's anything wrong with their matte filaments, because those are amazing as well. But the carbon fiber texture, I think, is just a little bit nicer. I feel like the matte texture is a little rougher. A little. Hi, Chris. I know, what purple ears I have. Aren't they nice? Might as well talk about that next. Oh, wait. I still have one more thing that I can't lift. Okay, so I have one more thing that I got in the mail, and I could lift it, but all you'd see is a brown cardboard box. And that is a printer from GearBest they sent me to review, and it is the Tron XY. I don't remember which model it is right this second, but we'll be chatting about that on another date. I will be assembling it. I'm not going to do a live build of the assembly. I know a lot of people have asked me, they asked me for the ANET if I would do it. A lot of people have asked me for the Prusa that's coming if I would do it, and I'm not going to. And the only reason that I'm not going to is because I feel like I love chatting with you guys and everything during a live stream, but it can be very distracting. And I feel like that's when mistakes can be made in putting a printer together. And I feel like that's not fair to the companies that I'm buying or getting these printers from, to not give it my all and get the full, it not getting my full attention while I'm assembling it. So I will film, probably time lapse the actual assembly of it, and then obviously do a review on both printers, but I'm not going to live stream the actual build itself. I will probably maybe I'll do a live stream of chatting about it once it's up and running, but just not of the build itself. Yeah, that too, Chris. Yeah, Tronxy is a lot more fun to say. I could bring you in on the payroll. I bought you a spool of filament. Doesn't that count? So I do have the Prusa coming. It is supposed to arrive on Thursday, and I am super, super excited. I can't wait to get that one in the mail. And my guess is, I don't know what we have planned this weekend, but whatever it is probably getting wiped off the calendar, and I will be building all weekend. So yeah, so that is what I have going on right now in terms of what I've gotten in the mail. I think that pretty much covers everything. I mean, I've gotten packing materials and stuff like that, but that's no fun for you guys. Yeah, so that's it. Wait, Nick got another spool of filament. I think Nick's got more stuff than I have. Nick has been all about the carbon fiber, and he got some of Atomic's carbon fiber black PETG. It finally came back in stock. So yeah, so that's pretty much all the mail that we've gotten recently. I don't think I got any fan mail in the last couple weeks. So if you are interested in sending $1 for the charity and to get a sticker, the address is down below. It's P.O. Box 152, Cape Neddick, Maine 03902. That has changed. So my old P.O. box is going to be no more as of this coming weekend. So if you are planning on sending something, send it to Cape Neddick, not North Berwick. I am trying to go through and change all of the description boxes, but that is so time consuming, you have no idea. But I am working on it. But if you are interested in sending $1 for the charity or anything else, use the one that's in the description box below. So yeah, so I guess moving on to the fun things I have on my head right now. I have reopened my Etsy store. I did shut it down for a couple weeks while I was getting all of these ready because I could not print test prints of these and fidget spinners at the same time. So, and luckily the fidget spinners have kind of cooled off a little bit now that school is not in session anymore. So now we are on to these babies, and these are interchangeable mouse ears, and I have lots and lots of different styles. I'm not going to go through them all. If you're interested, there is a link to my Etsy site below, but I do have ones like the A from Avengers, these ones, somewhere around here I have Haunted Mansion ones, some little text ones. This one says Life is the Bubbles. And this one says Under the Sea. I am selling these. The ears themselves are $45 unless you want the hollow ones. Those are $35. And to make them even cooler, they are interchangeable. Yeah, so it was asked how the ears are attached. So each ear has and this is a really bad example. Let me grab one that's not white. So here's the black pair. There is a dual lock connector attached with a 2-part epoxy onto a headband. And then on the inside of the ear, there's the same dual lock, which is also attached with a 2-part epoxy. A super, super strong 2-part epoxy. It was the strongest one I could find, which was a JB Weld one. There was a Marine Weld one that I really wanted to get, but I couldn't find it in clear. I could only find it in dark gray or white. So this one won out. The bows are not interchangeable, just the ears are. And extra ears, if you would like to purchase extra ears, are $25 a piece. So yeah, I'm super proud of these. I've been spending basically all of my time over the last month working on these. I have, I believe, 8 designs. 8? 9 if you include the limited edition ones. I did come up with the set of some Sorcerer ones because he's my favorite. And these ones are limited edition. There are only there are only going to be 13 of those available. One has already sold, so only 12 left. Once those are gone, they're gone. So yeah, so huge shameless plug to my own store. It's been a lot of fun, and if you're interested, head down there to the description box and check out my store. What else? Oh, we're going to talk about what else I've got going on this channel. So as I've said, recently I've got a couple of printers that will be built as well as reviews. I am working on the review of the Zix printer. A couple more things I'm testing out. Right now I'm going to be testing out some ABS on it. And I've already tested some flexibles on it, and that went amazingly. And so I'm interested to see how it handles ABS without a heated bed. Once I've tested that, I will do a full review and release that. Then I've got the 2 builds and the 2 reviews for those coming. I also have a couple more filament reviews coming in terms of the All the Glitters series. I will be throwing in this one into that sooner rather than later, but the next one I think I'm going to do, like I said at the end of the last All That Glitters video, is going to be the ABS-T, because I'm going to be able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and print some on the Zix. And test out both the Zix printing ABS as well as printing the glitter, because it's not really a glitter review of the filament, it's just kind of showcasing the filament, so I'm going to do that on the Zix. What else do I have coming? All sorts of goodies. I've got lots of other filament reviews that are coming. I've kind of got a backlog of filament that definitely needs to be showcased. I do want to print a little bit more with some polyalchemy, and I will do a review on the polyalchemy. It is a very interesting product. Nick has been using it a little bit to work on the A-net. The A-net will have half purple and half green, and also his Open RC car, his first one, was made out of some of the polyalchemy. So I'm going to be printing a little bit more with that so that you guys can see my thoughts on that. And I'd like to do a couple more design videos. I feel like it's been a while since I've filmed any design videos. So if you guys have anything that you would like to see me design, I will gladly show it. Right now I've been up to my eyeballs and ears. But it's always a welcome break to switch from one thing to another, and that usually kind of helps get the creativity flowing again. Will I get the ears available in miniature sizes for little girls? I'm actually sending them to my niece. I'm hoping I can get hers out in the mail tomorrow. She's 7, so I'm going to see how that looks on her. If I do need to do a smaller size, I can. I had originally started with them this size, and this is the size they ended up. They seemed way too small this size, so even I think on little, it ended up looking more like a bear's ears than a mouse's ears. It just looked off size. So if I need to, I can resize them. I would probably do that as like a custom request. I am accepting custom requests. They're only $5 more to do a fully custom ear, and that can be with any design that you want, or it can just be resized. I'm trying to read back in the chat. Yes, the best thing about the glitter filament is it doesn't get glitter everywhere. It's pretty impressive. I've actually been surprised that none of them have caused any sort of like excess glitter in the hot end. I kind of expected that the nozzle would have extra glitter hanging out, but no, not with any of them. Yeah, I've been really pleasantly surprised with all the ones that I've tried so far. And so far we've had some pretty chunky glitter, and we've had some super, super fine glitter. So it'll be interesting to see. This one is definitely, I don't know if you saw my video on Twitter and Instagram, but holy cow, like on camera right now, it just looks like a super bright blue. It is so metallic. It doesn't come across on camera unless it's like a super high def camera in light, in like sunlight. It turned out so cool, so you should check that out. A glitter bomb birthday card, that is so mean. So mean. I had some friends who used to do that in high school. I learned to not open their cards in my car. Nick, you deserve 2 minutes for that. Okay, so that's kind of, I don't want to say all I've got going on because there's a lot going on. But I am, like I said, hoping to get back into designing. I also have Lumiere over there who needs to be assembled and painted, so I will be doing that at some time soon. And I have not yet ordered the tabletop yet. They came back to me with some questions after I had placed the order. So we're working through some of the questions, me and the company that I've been in talks with. So that is going to be put on hold for a little bit longer. But as soon as I have it, you guys will be the third to know. Because Nick will obviously be the second. Yeah, so I'm excited to kind of get back into designing and stuff. Oh, and I had talked, and let me know if you guys think that you would be interested in this. I had talked with I had thrown it out on Twitter that I had started playing around with different bed materials, and I was interested if you guys would want to see a video, not necessarily comparing them, but just kind of talking about the differences and where one might be beneficial over another, and maybe the idea of switching between them. We usually print on glass. On the Trinus is on glass, the Flash Forge is on glass, the A-Net is on glass, and I hadn't really even tried anything else until over this weekend I threw some build tack on the Flash Forge, and have actually been really enjoying printing on it, with a couple of caveats, but I'm not going to get into those right now. However, it's been definitely a learning experience, and I'm wondering if other people would be interested to see kind of how that goes. The Zix has a completely different bed, which I actually have been loving. That had some caveats too, trying to figure out the right, it seemed like at first it was a little too close when they sent me a replacement bed. So there was an issue with the first one, as noted in my unboxing. So they sent me a replacement, and I just went to go flip them out, and there must have been some differences, obviously, because there was a problem with the first one. So I had to adjust the offsets on the bed. And once I did that, printing on this has been really exciting. And the bed is really unique, and I kind of like it. Hi, Travis. So yeah, so I thought it'd be kind of interesting to show the differences from printing on different things. I've never printed, camera's not focused. Sorry, this is like the worst camera ever. How's that? I need a capture card. It's on the list of things to order so that I can use my good camera. Somebody asked why I didn't use just my my cell phone, and it's because the chat function on a cell phone is really not that good for live streaming. It's kind of a pain. Hi, Jaywall. Hi, Heather. So yeah, so I thought it would be cool to do a video on different bed styles. So glass, PEI, which I haven't used at all, even though I've got a sheet of PEI sitting right over there. Build tack, basically anything I could find. Sanded down acrylic or plexiglass I heard was good. I don't recommend doing it not sanded down because that's a bad idea. I learned that the hard way. So yeah, so if you're interested in that, let me know. I have a couple companies I want to reach out to and see if they'd be willing to send me some other bed types that I don't have, other than kind of your standard ones, some of the more unique ones that I don't think get quite the showcase that they probably should. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. Sometimes the chat goes by too fast for me. Yeah, thanks everybody for coming. So far, just to do a little recap, we talked about the charity that I am going to be donating to. I did throw out on Patreon, and everybody said that they wanted the money to go straight to a charity for my stickers instead of doing a 50-50 raffle. And I had talked about I wasn't sure which charity that was going to be, and I have decided it is going to be bethematch.org. They are an organization that helps out with those who need bone marrow transplants or stem cell transplants. They are a registry first, and then they also help with the financial windfall that happens after a transplant. They are a great company, and my dad would probably not be here today if it wasn't for them, as he had a bone marrow transplant when I was a teenager. The filament, oh yes, thank you. The filament holder from Spanner Hands is awesome. The only thing that I found is it can be a little bit difficult because it is kind of top heavy when you do go to pull back. It's right here. Let's just look at it. Okay, so when you go to open this, the whole thing ends up falling back, and it's fine when you have filament in it. It stays flat on the desk, but when you take the filament out, it's back heavy, so then it tips backwards, and it's a little awkward to go and put your next spool in, but otherwise it works like a dream. And I haven't had any issues with like any sort of jams or anything falling off of the spool or anything like that. It's fine. So yeah, so it's been really, really cool. It is a little bit pricey if you're going to buy it direct from him, especially if you are in the US, but I kind of think it's worth it. The good thing about it is you do end up getting the bolts, you get all the tubing, you get everything for it, which makes it super convenient. Hey, thanks, J-Wall. You're awesome. However, you can print this from Spanner Hands. It is on his Thingiverse, and I know a couple people who are printing it, and so I'm excited to see how they like it. Somebody, and I can't remember who, is printing it in 4 pieces on the Trinus instead of in just the 2 pieces, top and bottom. So, but I am definitely going to print more of these. I really want one for basically every printer. That's how much I like it, is I want one for every printer. Hi, Andrew. I'll worry about that later. So yeah, so that is what has been going on with me. The 3D ears have kind of taken over my life, but it has been a whole lot of fun to do, and there's lots of new designs coming as well. I've had a couple of fun requests, so that's been awesome. Crazy. It's been crazy. And I'm pretty sure it looks like Disney exploded in the studio. Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome. They are wall mountable, but a rail mount would be pretty cool. Thank you. The ears have been a lot of fun. And I have to say, I was kind of surprised. There's only, I think, 9 or 10 shops on Etsy who are doing 3D ears, mine included. So it is kind of a niche market over there. But everybody's been super supportive, and that's really awesome. It's very similar to the 3D printing community on Twitter and on YouTube, where everybody wants everybody to succeed. And I think that's really important for all of us to maintain. It can be tough, and a lot of people sometimes, I think, may be worried about competition or something like that, but it is very, very important to help build up others and to keep things going, because you never know what other people are going to like. You know, somebody might not like my style, and so they would never buy from me in the first place, but they might like somebody else's style that I push them over to. And if that helps get that person a sale, then I shouldn't be looking at it as a lost sale for me. It is instead a bonus sale for them, which is awesome. And you know, the more that you do that, the more it brings everybody up instead of bringing everybody down. So I've been surprised to see that it is just that way over in the Disney community as it is here in the 3D printing community. It's nice to see that it does go further. I mean, you kind of know that it's there in other communities too, but it's nice to be part of it in 2 different communities. So yeah, everybody's trying to build everybody up, and that's very exciting. Exactly. The rising tide lifts all boats. True story. You're just saying that because you're watching Shark Week right now. So there's lots of boats on TV. I don't know if they will be in Disney stores. You know, I would love to see Disney using things for things other than prototyping. I know that they use it from time to time in terms of prototyping and creating molds and stuff like that, but I would like to see them use it more as a final product. I think it would be awesome if they did. I would love to like help them out with that. I miss my Disney background. It's a lot of fun bringing it back. There's been a lot of like fun memories that have brought back up while I've been doing this. Shark Week. So with Shark Week, Nick and I were just talking about Shark Week, and I looked at Bella and said that I needed to print a shark fin for her. So now I need to either find or model the perfect shark fin so I can throw it on her back to torture her, because that's what dogs are for, right? So does anybody have any questions for me? We're all just hanging out. CR10, I do not have a CR10 and I do not have one coming. I thought about buying one and I decided not to. And I'm glad with all the sales that happened after Joel's video that people who really, really wanted one were able to get one. Not that I didn't want one, but it just wasn't like, oh my God, I need that printer in my life, as much as a lot of people told me I should. But it is not happening, at least not anytime in the near future. The Tron XY and the Prusa are the next two. I have only printed one Benchy ever. And I only printed it because it was the test print on the Zix. Not for any particular reason. I just never felt the need to print one. I wanted to before Murph, because Daniel Noré had requested that people bring Benchies to show him. And I apologized to him in person saying that I hadn't done it yet. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Like I said, the only reason why I ended up printing one is because it was the test print. And it will probably be my only one. I don't really feel the need to print multiples. But unicorns, though, I'm printing a ton of unicorns, because who doesn't need a bunch of those in their life, especially sparkly unicorns. I wish I could tell you which Tron XY. Let me look it up. I can't remember. That's one of those things that I should have done before I started the stream. YouTuber fail. That was... It's the X5, which I think the Jatman had done a unboxing of and maybe review of. I don't know if that's the right one. Oops. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh. Okay. What did I miss? He did a complete rebuild of the X5. Well, that's interesting. I'll have to watch that after I build mine. Yeah, so I'm excited about that one. I'm super, super excited about the Prusa. The Prusa was actually purchased thanks to all of the sales of the fidget spinners. I don't really know how that happened, but I sold enough fidget spinners to pay for a Prusa, which is amazing, and I'm very grateful, because otherwise it probably wouldn't have happened. But now that's going to be used to print all these lovely little ears. For those of you who missed it in the beginning and I'm not wearing my ears anymore. Let me throw these on because they're fun. Because who doesn't need some mouse ears in their life? Yeah, I think that's really all I have. If you guys have any other questions. Oh, but I do have the multi-material coming, but I do not know when that will be showing up. I did split my order so that I would get the printer sooner rather than later. Because I have a feeling I'm going to need it sooner rather than later. But I already have all sorts of ideas of things I can do with the multi-material. And I'm super, super excited. Bluetooth enabled, that'd be fun. I've also thought about doing some light up ones, but I don't know anything about adding lights to anything. So I'd have to watch a ton of Chuck's videos. Not that I'm against that, I just would have to before I did them. Oh, don't complain, Nick. You were supposed to use the Flash Forge today while I was at work and you didn't. Yeah, LEDs. I need some lights on them. I mean, I've got glow in the dark, but I need some lights. But I would need to watch Chuck for that. Something that I'll show you guys that I did the other day. So I told you I'd been printing on Build Tack for the first time. The Trinus has Build Tack. Bye, Andrew. Thanks for coming. The Trinus has Build Tack. Unfortunately, the heated bed is warped, so we have to print on glass on that. It was a common problem that it seemed like a lot of people were having with it being warped. We got the leveling kit. Unfortunately, if the bed is warped, there's not really a whole lot you can do about it. So we put a piece of glass on it and it works fine. But I really wanted to print on Build Tack because I've heard great things about it. So I got a piece of Build Tack from Kayla over at Build Tack while we were at Maker Faire. And I didn't want to put it right on the bed. And I didn't want to put it right on the glass. So I put it on a piece of plexiglass, which makes it flexible. There are some downsides to that because it does tend to warp on its own, so you need to clip it down in like 6 places. But it's kind of cool because it does work, I don't want to say similarly to their flexible system because it doesn't work nearly as well as their flexible system. I did get to play with that at Maker Faire. But it is definitely a good sidestep if you can't afford it or if they don't have the size that you need. Bye, Jeffrey. So yeah, I thought that was kind of an ingenious way of doing it, and I actually only did it because I didn't want to put the Build Tack on the glass, and it worked out in my favor. So it's been a lot of fun to print on, though. I've been impressed. It ends up with a really, really nice first layer, which is great. You need some pink ears. You mean like this is a, I guess these ones aren't bad. This was my original testers that I was playing around with. Now I'm going to be selling them in this color pink, which is the Polyalchemy pink that I bought from Printed Solid. I printed a ton of temperature tests. There's tons of them. I was surprised how much information I learned from just some temperature tests. I learned retraction issues. I learned the best temperature to print at. I learned that NGen falls apart really easily when it's too low of a temperature. It's been a lot of fun learning about all of it. I should have been doing that since day one, because now everything prints perfect the first time every time, which is exciting. Yeah, so that's really all I have for you guys. If you guys don't have any other questions, I'm going to go design some more stuff and print some more stuff. That's awesome, 3D Printing Iceland. Why don't we have a pink shelf in the refrigerator? Yes, the Flash Forge literally spent days running retraction tests and temperature towers. Days. But it's been a lot of fun. Some of it was frustrating, I'm not gonna lie. But mostly it's been a lot of fun. And it's been some exciting stuff. So new designs will be coming out in probably, I think, 2 weeks. I'll have a couple more designs of these guys on the shop. The next video you guys should see, I'm hoping, will be a glitter filament, which will be the Filament PM ABS-T. The kegs are in the basement fridge. So the fridge upstairs still has plenty of room for pink shelves. Yeah, so that's really all I have for you guys today. I hope that everybody has enjoyed this Monday stream. Hopefully it brightened your Monday a little bit. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.